Hi everyone, Brave here. Today on the channel, I'm going to be eating and reviewing these military rations from a company called MRE STAR. In particular, they're doing like this campaign. It's called the Pink Spoon campaign. So these rations will indeed have a pink spoon. So looking forward to checking it out. And basically it's to bring awareness to breast cancer. It's breast cancer awareness month. And they're going to do a donation up to 10K for all the proceeds from the purchase of these pink spoon rations will be donated for a good cause. So if you guys are interested in these types of rations, hang on, we're gonna see if they're any good. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. All right, so here we have it. If you guys are familiar with military combat rations, they basically look almost identical with the same kind of colored tint. And this company also sells rations for militaries all over the planet, not just American, but literally Cameroon. I saw they were made, so they make African rations, they make food for the SWAT team, police forces, etc., etc. So this is a very formidable company, MRE Star. I have tried their rations beforehand, but I guess these are the newest ones out. So we have menu number 3, which is their chicken noodle, and menu number 6, which is their 2 bean chili. Let's go. All right, haven't eaten today yet, just had coffee, so I do have a strong appetite. Hopefully this food is good. Let's see. So the nice thing about these is you don't need a knife, just peel apart. It says right there, peelable seal, and does not say, not intended for sale like the typical rations are. So you're fine buying these, and apparently they're just as good, if not better. We shall see. Unboxing, here we go. That's what it's looking like. And this is what everything looks like. Let me pull the table back a little bit. And here we go. Basically, meals ready to eat means that you could consume it as is. You don't need to add water. You don't have to heat anything up. This is all ready to eat. Okay, apparently that's what it means. MREstar.com. All right, so here we have it. Oh, and it also has a little like a digital print. It says Best by July 31st, 2028. So 3 years shelf stable. That's what it's looking like. And it just says Eat Pink. See, in a digital print. So high quality, strong bag. You could fill it with water, reuse it, throw your garbage out, and let's go. All right, so we have a peanut butter. Looks like your typical military peanut butter. We'll see if it's any good. Already dropping stuff. This is their beverage. It's a fruit punch power stick beverage. Let's see right now if it's any good. Here we go with the fruit punch. All right, gonna mix that up. Let it kind of soak in a little bit. Keep it moving. All right, toasted corn. So that's gonna be our snack. And there's gonna be no rhyme or reason. We're just gonna eat it all up, okay? Almost like a mukbang with a somewhat description. All right, and here's the star of the show, the pink spoon. Looks like Baskin Robbins. Fun fact, that's the first place I ever worked in my life. I think I was like 16 or 17, Baskin Robbins. And yes, I did wear the paper hat. My friends would come to the store just to laugh. So word of advice is, it's not just a job. You got to find something that you really, really appreciate and like. It's not just about, it doesn't matter, get a job at whatever, at all costs, just get a job. No, not really. That's not how I think you should do it. Just get a job you'll like. It's more important. Anyway, pink spoon, good quality, as you can see, high quality. All right, almost looks like a milkshake spoon. We have unscented fresh naps. All right, so basically a wet wipe, and it's nice that they're not scented. Although this smells not good at all. It smells a little bit like a wet rag, if I'm gonna be honest. So it's still better than the chemical lemon, like the degreaser smell, but all in all, this is actually just as bad, I'm not gonna lie. Almost like a wet rag smell. Just being honest, all right? We do have Smarties, these legit candies. I mean, legit as far as they're actually the brand Smarties, but never was a fan of these because they're just simple. They're basically powdered sugar with a little bit of flavor. Just gonna whet my appetite. Yeah, it just tastes like dust. So I never liked these candies as a kid. It just tastes like sugar. So we have a deep, rich coffee. I'm not doing the coffee. All right, we have crushed pepper flakes. We have a creamer, which is nice. We have sugar. We have salt and pepper. And we have a toothpick. So they have a little bit of everything. And a little commercial branded MRE STAR. Okay, paper napkin. Decent size, okay? Decent. Not the best, not the worst. Check it out, all right? So, gonna set that to the side. And let's see about making some of this food. All right, it looks like the chicken noodle stew is already in a cardboard. All the info is about is right here, 190 calories. And we're just gonna go to heat it up. Okay, flame this ration heater. Just like the military version. It says tear here. That didn't work too well. Okay. We're just gonna slide this in there. You know what? Might as well do both at once. Why not? This is the bean and chili. Let's just get her done, you know? Since we're eating both. Now, apparently one of these is 1,200 calories each. So, there are calories in there. All right, and this one has grape jelly. So one had peanut butter, the other had grape jelly. That's weird. All right, we have a dried fruit mix. We have tortillas. We have cookies, oatmeal cookies, and another heating pack. And this is the chili. All right, so we're just gonna stick them both into one. Why not? I've never actually done that. Hopefully that's kosher. We don't have any accidents, but let's see what happens. So I'm gonna put one in, okay, and then we're gonna lay them back to back. Bear with me now, guys. Sorry about the fumbling, but this is live. Or at least unrehearsed, that's what I mean, all right? And then here goes the pack. So this is doubled up on heating elements. So this should get hot for us, and let's go. There we go, up to the lines that they provided. As you can see. See that? I already hear it sizzling. You hear that? Oh yeah, it's smoking, baby. All right, so we're gonna shut it down right here and back in the box, all right? Let's keep it nice and toasty. Oh, we'll get in there. Oh yeah, made it happen, guys. Nice. So this is our food getting nice and hot. Let's start off with some of these little desserts. I can't believe they just gave me jelly and tortillas in one and peanut butter in another. So I would have them separate, which would suck. So luckily for me, we got them both. So let's do the peanut butter and jelly. First staple, American staple, all right? So we have our crackers. Gonna just lay them out right here. All right, so here's our two crackers. Very straightforward, saltines basically. We have two of them. And then we're gonna open the tortillas. We gotta do something with, actually no, the tortillas will probably go good with this. Let's warm up the tortillas too. Hopefully that works. Oh yeah, this is a bomb right here. You hear that? I'm gonna just set it right here for now. All right. Then we have, so we do have one cookie. We do have two of these snacks. Oh, two cookies. One oatmeal and one shortbread. All right. And Let's try some of this juice real quick. Gonna wet my whistle in time for this peanut butter and jelly. Wow. Very, very basic in flavor. Almost not sweet at all. So surprised by the lack of flavor. Maybe because it all settled on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not delicious. Can't say this beverage is delicious by any means. Super light. All right, so I'm gonna have some of this pink. Oh, it's fitting, pink lemonade. All right, perfect for the pink spoon campaign. Let's see if it tastes any better than the fruit punch. The fruit punch, not a fan at all. It's drinkable, but you couldn't say, oh, that's a delicious beverage. I'd be lying if I said that. So let's see about this pink lemonade. A little bit better, okay? Also not very sweet, but more flavor, has more tartness. So it might go better with washing down some of this food. All right, let's do the peanut butter and grape jelly. Boom. And we're gonna keep it all the way hardcore, no plate today. Why not? You know, this is rations, military food used, you know, in situations that aren't ideal. So here we are. Let's act like we're actually in distress, okay? Well, a lot of stuff going on in the news. World War III is probably happening. So prepare, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to be like a scaremonger by any means at all whatsoever, but you don't want to be that one person that always made fun of people that prepare, and then when something does happen, you're completely not ready in any way, shape, or form. You know, it makes no sense. You always got to be at least somewhat prepared for a little bit of this, a little bit for that. You never know what could happen in this world. So I would say you should have some food that, you know, could last a long time without any electricity, like rations or canned food. So this is an option. And here we go. All right, I'm not gonna lie, the peanut butter tastes good, but it's peanut butter, so usually they always taste good. Especially the American brands, they know how to make a good peanut butter. They have the, you know, the roasted peanuts. And the jelly in this one, I gotta say, it's not the prettiest jelly, very like generic and basic jelly that you would get in those like squeeze packets, or, you know, the little packets that you spread. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Let's go. I'm gonna maybe make a sandwich out of it. First bite going in. Cheers. It's okay. Nothing wrong with it. You know, the salt kind of brings out more flavor from the cracker, so it brings out more of that peanut flavor. It's really nice. I guess, honestly, the good thing about it, it's very straightforward. You don't have to cook anything. You just basically start munching on it. It has a lot of flavor, you know, the sweetness from the jelly and the salty richness of roasted peanuts from the peanut butter is pretty good. Now, realistically, this is not like real food, I wouldn't call it. You know, I mean, this is more like a snack. This is like children's food as opposed to like something a soldier is supposed to eat. But the calories are certainly there. So yeah, I must say definitely tastes good, but it's not like real food. This is kind of like a snack, if you will. They're just trying to pile in those calories as, as many calories as you can have in a small product that lasts a long time. So here we are. Not bad, not bad at all. Now I'm gonna have more of these snacks because I want this to be really hot. I want it to taste proper. Okay, so we're gonna see about these little corn snacks. And basically what they are is toasted corn nuggets. There you go. Just like corn nuts like we have in our gas stations for sale here. Now they look super greasy, like deep fried or something. Check them out. But they taste actually like fresh and good. Okay, so not bad. And flavor is just a little bit of salty corn. Wow, these are actually really nice. These are better than corn nuts. I guess maybe because they're fresher. These actually taste like substantial, like filling, salty, a little bit of greasiness, almost like fries, as far as satiety. So, wow. The toasted corn is really, really good. Surprise, surprise. And it's quite a lot too. There's a lot more. I'm gonna try the trail mix now. Something about that tastes very simple and basic, yet very delicious. Real nice. All right, let's see about this dried fruit. Yeah, this is definitely tart, but nothing to write home about. I wish it was sweeter. And it looks like this is slowing down, subsiding with the heat. So right after these snacks, oh, okay. So it's all dried fruit, so there's no nuts in here. That's cool. Check it out. It looks like decent quality, like the typical tropical fruit mix. We have the pineapple. We have the thin slivers of banana. I always forget, is this apricot? Maybe. It tastes good and kind of like fresher, on the fresher end, not like old and dusty. So, yeah, I guess since this is a brand that's commercial, they do more sales, so they don't have to like make a lot and have it like sitting in a warehouse. They probably just make it per order. I don't know. At least that's what it tastes like. Real good stuff. And of course, as far as snacks is concerned, this is a high calories, because this is like, before they dry this fruit, it's sweetened, they use sugar as the drying process perhaps. But I got a lot more. But I definitely want to get into this food. I just need another napkin just so I could clean this off for you guys, because I know visually not the most appealing. All right, here we go. The mains. And don't forget, I still got 2 cookies. Tortillas. They do feel warm. All right, let's go. And it's nice knowing that these ration heaters are doing justice. They're actually working really well as designed. And that's, I think, just because they're fresh. You know, the elements and time is what makes them stop working, I believe. So if you have good storage, this is definitely a good option. All right, so what are we gonna open up first? Let's do the noodles first, the chicken noodle stew. All right, we have that long spoon. I'm gonna get a fresh spoon. And you're supposed to eat this directly out the package. Okay, so let's go. Ooh, that's hot. All right, so I see it and it's already looking like an applesauce. You know, it's basically like a slop. Check that out. It's super hot. All right, so this is their stew. So not surprised that it looks like that. And I do see little bits of chicken straightforward. Take a look at that. Okay, not bad at all. No, I'm usually not the hugest fan of these sloppy things, you know what I mean? Because it tastes all like one flavor. Like it's hard to distinguish the different ingredients. But here we go. First bite going in with the pink spoon for October breast cancer awareness. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go. Ooh, that's hot, hot. All right, so the flavor is definitely there as far as like a chicken stew, but this is more done in the style of like almost like an Amish style where it's like really dense. It's more like just the noodles and the flavor, but not soupy. So it's like a true stew, if you will. So a little bit more to chew on, which makes it nice. Has like this creaminess to it, and the flavor is definitely there. It's not overwhelming. It's a nice little, like a smooth, creamy chicken flavor. Pretty good. I'm gonna put some salt and pepper just to bring more flavor out. Usually that's what it does. And they also say there's no preservatives in any of this food, which is crazy because it tastes like it's preserved. Like it kind of tastes like, you know, foods from a retort pouch or a can and such. So yeah, it's good at least knowing that this has no preservatives. So yeah, this is definitely not terrible. From a 1 to a 10, I give it a 4.5. I've definitely had a lot worse. Foods that taste like chemicals or something made in a lab. This is borderline that, but like it still has decent flavor. Still tastes pretty good. Really creamy. Yeah. So it is what it is. All right. Next one is the spicy vegetable chili mac. All right. So yeah, maybe I was a little harsh. I give it a 5. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Is it absolutely delicious? No. But it's an MRE, so what can you expect, you know? I gotta say though, I inhaled that pretty fast. It was like literally a snack. All right, so I do have the chili here, and same deal. It looks like a slop, and it smells like that spicy chili that you get at the gas station that you put on top of your hot dog, if you know what I mean. It has like that strong, like kind of like beefy smell to it. So, ooh, these tortillas look a little different. You get 3 of them. They actually look legit. All right, so that's cool. So I will have it on this. Why not? That's what it's looking like. Okay, just basically chili. And you do see greens and reds in there and beans, you know, all different color like peppers. So that's always a nice thing to visually have that confirmation that you're eating real stuff, all right? And it smells just like chili, like a gas station chili almost that you put on hot dogs. That's what it's looking like, all right? First bite going in. Wow, that's super hot. Pretty good, okay? I wish it was a little more, you know, thicker, had chunkier bits of meat, but this food is very doable. I wouldn't say that it's like bad at all. Nothing wrong with it, especially for like military style rations. I would say, that these are on the better end of military style rations coming out of the United States. I would say these two taste better than your typical rations. Your certified United States of America military rations, I would say these taste slightly like fresher. Yeah, maybe because it's a company that makes for private sales also, so they don't want to sell maybe something that's been laying on in a warehouse for 2 years, so maybe this is all fresher. I don't know. Something about it has that industrialness about it, but it doesn't have a chemical taste, so that's the plus. And especially for the price, I think this is this is a good deal. I believe they're like $10 each. So pretty good. I'm not sure how the other brands stack up as far as pricing, but I think $10 each is definitely less than military rations. All right. So that one I would give more like a 5.5, maybe a 6. I feel it's more palatable, just in general for people, because more flavor, the beans, it has a little hit of spiciness to it as well. Really nice, I like it. But yeah, I'd eat them both again, so not bad, not bad. All right, MRE STAR is known for the best cookies in America in rations, in my personal opinion. Look how beautiful, this is how a cookie's supposed to look like. In my opinion, this is an oatmeal. All right, check it out. And although this is not a chewy cookie, this is more like a, I guess, crispy one. The flavor is very rich. Okay, so this tastes like not just oatmeal, but like a rich, delicious cinnamon oatmeal cookie from like Thanksgiving. That's what it tastes like. For a military MRE cookie, this is 10 out of 10. Not bad. And it's sizable. Let's compare that to the shortbread. Boom. See how big they are? Also another dry cookie, but also delicious. Yeah, really nice. Although it's dry and crunchy, it has a lot of flavor. It chews up really nice. All right, I definitely think the oatmeal's are slightly better. Has more of like a cinnamon nutmeg flavor. Really good. All right, guys, if you hung around for this long, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in purchasing these rations from MRE STAR, hit them up at mrestar.com and make some purchases. These pink spoon rations, it's for a good cause. Signing out.